Call this meeting to order. Roll call. Here.
Here, Billy Cloud.
Item number 3 is pledge allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Item number 4 is to recognize guests. We want to thank everybody for being here, and I think the sign-in sheets going around or already went around. And item number 5 is new business. Aaron, you got anything today?
Couple things. I passed out actually it was the week before last. At the end of the week, I passed out the what ACO has adopted for its new drug and alcohol policy. Passed that out to all the department heads. Couldn't get to the department head, I handed it to their office to go out. I'm going to try to call a elected officials meeting for next week. That way they can approve it. Safety committee has approved the new drug and alcohol policy. The elected officials are going to need to approve it at that meeting that I'm going to get scheduled. And then after they approve it, the commissioners will approve it at the next one, our next commissioner meeting after that, so we can adopt the new drug and alcohol policy. After the new drug and alcohol policy has been adopted by everybody, we will have 10 days to get that new policy in hand of every county employee. They have to sign off on it. It goes in the personnel file. That's basically the big changes were due to the medical marijuana passage, and this has been approved by ACO, so we're just adopting ACO standards on that. We've been kind of slow as far as being able to get out and do things. I know there's a lot of roads, as far as my work crew goes, there's a lot of roads that need attention right now, but my goodness, the weather has just not cooperated very much on that end. Got some things that I've worked on my end as well due to the situation with the hospital and changing our emergency operations plans, what we can do, trying to get more fire departments active in the first responder, get them certified for the EMR program. I've been working with Pafford on that. That way we can get more fire departments certified to do the advanced first aid. Been working pretty diligently on that, trying to get another class put on and get more guys certified in our, and even the sheriff is wanting to send a couple deputies to that to fill in the gaps, because we know Pafford is going to be on the road transferring, because our hospital's on full divert right now to other hospitals. So we're trying to fill that gap where we can, just because we're there before, a lot of times before Pafford can get there, and through no fault of theirs, but just because we don't have a facility they can go to. Don't know where the sheriff is right now. I know I saw him came in, but I know we've had a very busy last couple of weeks with different things going on. A lot of theft going on in the county right now. I mean, we've seen quite a bit of uptick in that. So that's what. I went to a conference here about 3 weeks ago, emergency management conference, and they wanted to be sure that a big key point, FEMA was there, big key point they want us to pass on to our commissioners. They are going to be a lot more detailed in the things that they want from commissioners. Whenever it comes to reimbursement on roads, they are going to want to know when the last time the road was graded, when the last time any kind of improvements were done to the road, whether it be the road got graded or whether a tin horn got put in, how many loads of shale got put in on that road, and when it got put in. So they want very exact details. They're going to be very exact details. They're going to be a lot more specific on that going forward. So it's not going to be just a blanket check. I guess some counties weren't doing that, and I know we haven't had any problems with that in the past, but I just want to be sure and pass that along to you guys. They're going to want dates whenever these and what improvements were done on these roads. So.
And sometimes the auditors are wanting that also.
Okay.
When we do gravel, we put the road numbers down and tin horns, of course,
yes.
If we put the tin horns down like across the road, and if it's for a property, then the landowner buys it, we put it in.
Okay.
But they are already
the state's doing that, and they're probably working together. They didn't elaborate that, but they're probably working at state and FEMA are probably working together because they want these exact details now.
And that is good. That's
so.
Good.
There's an issue with the city. Stigler has paid out in rough number, $1,600 worth of long-distance phone calls to Pafford's centralized system down in Arkansas, South Arkansas, where they're at. And the city has had to pay these phone bills. And trying to just work between the three of them, the three parties involved, which would be Pafford, EMS, and the city, that's all. And since it is for emergency ambulance calls, to try to resolve this issue, I would like to bring it to the commissioner's attention that we need to probably take a look at dividing this three ways to settle this thing out. It'd be roughly $550 each, and this is just rough numbers. Pafford would accept a third of it, and EMS would absorb a third of it, and the city would absorb a third of it. And if that's agreeable with everybody, I'd like to put it on the next agenda for the EMS, if it's okay, get it on this agenda and get it approved, and then put it on the EMS to get approved and paid out of there.
How's the phone call for?
It was emergency phone calls. When their phone systems wasn't working, they have a Talk About phone now. Aaron, he can probably fill you in more on it than I can, but it took about a month and a half for this to get initiated and get everybody using it. And in the meantime, when emergency 911 calls come in, the city was making a long distance call, and the long distance calls totaled up to $1,600.
Yeah.
But they've got it all worked out, and this will be a one-time deal and then go away.
Yeah. It's basically the system that they have. It looks like a cell phone, but it's got a push-to-talk interface on it that will dispatch from a cell phone, and that's what the city's using now. Pafford gave the city one of those, and so it'll call automatically push-to-talk dispatch to their facility in Arkansas, and that way the city doesn't have to make these long-distance phone calls to talk to Pafford dispatch.
And if you recall, it was actually explained here in the chambers last year about when the transition of that was going to take place. And this was part of the initiation of it. And nobody could have enough vision to see that the phone was going to be, accumulate like that. Everybody's so used to using a cell phone, and the bills are the same. It's not that way with that because they were making them on the landline. And they have to make them on the landline, am I correct? So that
Yes.
there's documentations of the time everything is made. But that's going to end.
Hey, Sandy, you
I had nothing today.
Rhonda, got any new business?
Yes, the state election board has asked us to have the DA advise us on how to train all of our precinct officials and election board members on sexual harassment. And they specifically asked about a county sexual harassment policy being in place. I went through the handbook that I have, which is an old handbook. Don't know if there's been anything updated, but I didn't find anything. The DA's office asked me for that book. I took it to them. They've had it for several weeks now. Not sure where they're at on that. They had jury trial for a couple weeks there, so. But that is something that is ongoing that you guys may need to start initiating some thought into. The DA is on that, I know, and so, but that's just something that we're required to do by the state. And they suggested we go through our DA and the county handbook and kind of maybe use the same guidelines, there. So,
Does ADCO have anything like that?
I will check and see. I've gotten all the other stuff as far as our policies and procedures from ACO and a couple other adjoining counties, and I don't remember one being sent, and so I will get on that because I've got master copies of all our policies and procedures, so I will get on that, and hopefully by this point next week I'll have one that I can get to you.
we're not, just to be sure everybody understands, we're not having any rules.
No, there's no
Our
problem.
folks are wonderful, but it's just a requirement the state has, so it's one of those things.
Okay, we'll move on to item 6, approve commissioners' proceedings from previous meeting.
I read the minutes, previously, I make a motion to approve.
Yes.
Sandy Baker, yes. Billy Bob.
This week's blanket POs. $1,500 to Stigler Stone. District 2. District 2. Fleet Corps, $1,000 SSF 2. O'Reilly, $600 SSF 2. Performance Foods, $1,600 SCA 2. Fleet Corps, $600 SJF 2. Stigler Home Center, $500 SJF 2.
I'll make a motion for the POs.
A second.
Thornton Clary.
Yes.
Sandra Zachary, yes. Billy Bob.
Yes.
Okay, item number 8, discuss and consider approved February monthly report for health department.
You said she wasn't going to be. Number 8's good, number 9 is at the table.
Well, I'll go ahead and make this motion on the monthly report.
I second it. Thornton Clary.
Yes.
Sandra Zachary, yes. Billy Bob.
Yes.
Okay, item number 9, we don't have anything on it.
They called and said they couldn't make it this week to try to bring in next week. Motion to table it to March 11th.
I second.
Sandra Zachary, yes. Billy Bob.
Yes.
Okay, item number 10, discuss and consider signing a waiver of no conflict of interest with Dorner, Saunders, Daniels, and Anderson.
I'll make a motion on number 10.
I second.
Thornton Clary.
Yes.
Sandra Zachary, yes. Billy Bob. Billy Bob.
Yes. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Item number 11, Item number 11, discuss and consider signing title sheets for Tomahawk Road resurfacing and bridge replacement phase 1.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, my property construction engineering district, I'm here with the cover sheet for Tomahawk Phase 1. That is the 4 miles from Highway 9 north to the corner of Garland. We are prepared to present the cover sheet for that. I also have the plans for your review, but in summary, there's 3 bridge structures on that 4 miles. 2 of them are getting replaced. One is in great shape being left alone, but there is a culvert about the middle that will be replaced. In discussion with Commissioner, we've agreed that we're going to close the road. So there will be detours in the area. There's a detour plan in here for that. And we're going to present that to ODOT and hopefully send it forward. Have gotten just some added feedback. I have sent in the things we have for the environmental. And at first they kind of turned their nose at it. But then when I sent them the big thick report we had from Guernsey, they said they'll review it and get back to us, let us know what they think. But I've written all those provisions into this set of plans. So if you would, I've given a cover for you to keep and then one for me to take back with us and put in the system. And then Mr. Harmon, his set is here as well. He's on his way back here to even review his part, because we are relocating water as part of our set. So that being said, if you have any questions.
I've got a couple real quick. How long is it gonna be shut down for?
120 days is in the contract documents, so, you know.
But it's not closed down for a lot of people that live there.
No.
Correct. The detouring will say local access only. For emergency services, you'll want to stay away from there unless that's where you're going, because we've got the airport road is the main detour to the north end.
Okay.
And then 1 mile to the east, we'll have a detour route to get into that interior section.
Okay. When's that project begin?
Huh?
When's that project begin?
Is there, have you got a definite date on there yet?
I'll answer your question just a second. Commissioner, that is our utilities and our right-of-way clearance letter. It's marked up, all you need to do is sign the bottom and we notarize it. That says that we've dealt with what we need to and we're ready to go off to let it. I just forwarded you the email from AT&T on Friday where they're relocated, but they're still splicing. But they should be well out of the way by the time we let in July.
Okay.
And it has 90 days of flex, so July, August, September, could be in construction as late as, you know, start of the winter.
Okay.
Don't hope for that. We've got it set up to where they should be able to go to work right away in July, or right after that, after they award. So it should be late this summer.
Bridges, box culverts, or bridges?
Boxes,
Boxes.
double tens, so it's tongue-in-cheek bridge. It's really, it's a short wide. It's not really, but by federal definition, it's greater than 20 feet.
Go all the way to the end of
Carrying
September.
heavy traffic, so it has to be inspected every 2 years minimum. So,
You want me to have a copy of that when you get done?
and does the clerk do your notary, or will be doing it at the office?
I can do it at the treasurer's office.
Okay. No problem.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion on number 11.
I'll second.
Thornton Perry,
Yes.
Nancy Baker, yes.
That's just phase one. They're gonna keep going out towards Palm Grounds.
That'll be different. I'll be having to go through gas at some point.
They get raised highway to the bridge on highway to 71.
That's it, Commissioner.
That's
Unless
gonna
you
be
just
shut
wanna
down
comb
for
through
2
and
years.
look at what a set looks like. That's why it takes
For the dam.
months to get them done.
I understand.
Cause we send something out to one department, they send us back something weeks later, and then it goes to ODOT, and they come back and say something different a third time. But we're flexible. We're just putting more time in our contracts now to accommodate the time we've been losing for the added administration. The changes at ODOT, they're still working on the hiring. We still haven't given us any clear date on when they're gonna be replacing those that have left us. I would say the work has really kind of passed the buck down to us to get it done. Because if we don't get it done, no one's going to. That being said, I would say Mark Scott's doing a great job. I didn't understand applied for the replacement position for local government, and that would be a really great fit for us. That being said, we really need a local government liaison, and I don't know if they've even advertised for that yet or not.
That'd be Gary Harrison's replacement.
That would be the, yes, sir, that'd be the Mr. Harrison replacement. Last but not least is the clerk. If you don't mind, I'll do like we did last time, go to your office and get a seal and the emboss so I can get, because the scanner doesn't see that thing. They have to use their special heat thing to make it show. And I'll leave that covered with you. Joe's right on time.
Did you do two of them or one?
Oh, just one.
Did you do? Didn't see you moved that one, I just thought I mentioned that.
Commissioners, thank you so much this morning.
Thank you.
Bonnie.
Anything, Sam? By chance, is your office across the hallway open?
No.
That's okay, we
Oh,
moved.
you mean the treasurer's office, yes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I thought you meant the other. No.
Commissioners, I forgot one thing I needed to mention. It brought to mind whenever he talked about road closures. This is primarily going to affect Commissioner Cloud's district. I don't know if he got the letter from ODOT or not. They're beginning construction repairs to the bridge on 71 north of Enterprise, the dam up there. And we got a letter. I don't know if you got it or not. Myself and the sheriff got a letter that that road's going to be shut down for 2 years as they begin construction and repairs to the bridge and the dam. So there's going to be a lot of diversion coming through. If they have to come through, they're going to have to come through Whitefield or go back around through McIntosh County, come through on 9.
Is that the bridge that goes across?
Goes across the dam, yeah. And that's I double checked it a couple times. I couldn't sure they said 2 years. It says 2 years on that.
When did you say it was gonna start?
April.
April.
Yes.
I got that.
Okay.
It's on 2 years, but it's been in the makings for quite a while.
Yes, yes.
Okay, we'll move on to item 12. Sign progress.
Can I interject one thing I missed on the phone call, and asked about? We currently got 44 prisoners, 8 of them are females and 36 are
Item 12, sign appropriations, transfers, appropriations, check received, POs, and all like that motion. Yeah.
Yes, real fast.
Generally, that's what we do.
getting close.
That bridge on Tracy Lane.
Being good. Another one going on at, Diane also. There's not any more minutes. They have to talk about.
It should be a meeting this month sometime, I think. They have one every 3 months.
Why is this one in here twice? Billy, do I need you to go up? Let me see that one. No, I haven't. What is this one? That's the payroll. So we didn't sign that payroll. Health departments, even though they don't, there's some that we don't. It just caught my eye. Both them about the same amount. for him. They thought they didn't catch that. Just checked his wages when he started.
fix that truck. And I wanna thank you for the parts, because this is the first time District Three's got done all three trucks. We stay on the road and we just about got all three road graders going. And, you know, that's a big plus for us anyway. And, so we're trying to get that haul truck, and I think, talk to Ron, I'm gonna get that 1.5 tons. And I'm gonna, if I get it, I'm gonna pull in the backhoe. And we're gonna sell it at 1 ton. And, that Old International, and try to salvage out that other old pickup. We're gonna take the money and put on this new haul truck. Cause we think the haul truck, we can get it better done. The haul truck will do us a lot more good than 1 ton. And that way it won't hardly cost the county much, you see what I mean, to get us a haul truck that way. And then that'll give us a better dump, 3 dump trucks and 3 road graders. I'm kinda proud of that. More than 2 road graders and a dump truck.
All right. No other business, we'll move on to item 13 to adjourn.
I make a motion.